Howdy boys and girls, welcome to the mud. Yeah, we're still working on the house. Not in it yet. It's a sort of kind of nice day, a little warm in North Carolina. And today we've got a Badlands Apex winch we're putting on my pickup truck. These things are great. They come with a wireless remote already hooked up. Problem being, if you've got this winch running and you've got another winch like on another vehicle, or if you're like the YouTubers that put 17 winches on one wrecker, you can only use one winch at a time. If you're running this one and I hit the winch controller for my Suburban way over yonder, it would turn this winch off or turn that one off, or neither would work. As a matter of fact, my Suburban's winch has an aftermarket controller because I needed 4 functions instead of 2. So if I use that aftermarket controller while I was running the winch that was on this truck that died last night, then you have to, then it just shuts this winch off. This winch will not work while you're running that one. So we're going to try to fix that with an aftermarket controller. So hang on. So on my China freight winch, we're putting a water winch made in Chinanistan on this. And the reason being, I don't think you can buy an American-made controller. At least I couldn't find one. Maybe I was just not looking in the right place. But this was a whole $16. So we're going to throw this in here. I've already gone ahead and popped all the bolts out. Maybe. I got most of them out. This one's still holding on. There we go. Now, you got to take these off and get these bus bars out. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you're going to drop them down inside the body of this. So what I do is once I get the nuts off, I remove the washers with a magnet, because I've yet to do this without dropping washers down inside the thing, and you got to take this whole end of the unit off and put it back on, and it becomes a whole thing. So you use a magnet. All right, now that you got your bus bars out, lay them in the order they came out in, because otherwise you'll get these two mixed up and then it'll be shortened between the terminals. Don't do that. Ask me to line up. Then you throw that on the ground because it's just a good place for it. Now we'll set this over. Get everything up off the ground, son. Good help is hard to find. Now we got to take these off, and it'll give us access to the guts in here. Hang on. Alrighty, now here we are inside. Remember, white, black, and blue. Why the blue goes to the yellow, I do not know. But remember this order. If you hook them up wrong, you can always take them off and redo them. Unplug this one, not that one yet. Or maybe, oh yeah, I can release that. That's right. That's right. Harbor Freight uses a different style of connector. Heath, come over here. Over here. Keep that terminal in sight. All right. The 11-year-old has the camera, so get ready to be seasick. You squeeze that little finger. It's hard to see. There's a little finger right there. You squeeze it, and it releases that rod and releases the connector. And there you go. We've got, back up. That disconnected now. Now we have to unhook this connector. And now your remote unit is free. All right, you probably didn't notice it because you weren't here, but it's been 45 minutes or so because I had to go to town and get the terminals we couldn't find. We looked everywhere. Non-existent. So what you're going to do is you're going to hook this up to here, and the red you're going to tie back into where the power was on this switch, so the switch still turns it off and on. There could be a possible someone had the same frequency and could be unspooling your winch while you're driving down the road. You don't want that. So this way we can control that and turn it off and on as we want to. So give me a minute and I'll get this terminaled up, and we'll do something. And there you go. We're all hooked up. I got to put this back together with function test it and mount it back on my pickup truck where I can drag stuff around again. And like the old Haynes manuals used to say, installation is reverse of removal. It's all back together. Got it temporarily hooked to the truck. Got that working. And if I turn the switch off, we got nothing. Heath is on the way back with the remote for the other winch. We'll see if they're going to interfere with each other. If they do, this was all for nothing. If they don't, all right, push the out button. Number 2. Stop. Well, it seemed to work because both winches were running. You couldn't hear it, but I could hear the winch way over yonder. Way over there. Not the black Suburban, but the other one that you can't see. They were both working, and so now I can use both winches at the same time. We were trying to rotate a Jeep in a very tight spot the other day, and only one winch would work at a time, and it made it a real pain in the butt to get it turned around. So there you go. I'm going to throw this in there and possibly run the cables the right direction so the hood will close, and then we're going to call this one done. So Uncle Willie, and we'll holler at you later.
You're not getting
And finally, what you all been waiting for? We done. So now you know how to put an aftermarket controller on that that'll let you run 2 of these winches at once. I don't know if there's any way Harbor Freight can solve that problem, but ever since I got my second winch, I realized, yes, this used to belong to an old fisherman. It's got fishing stickers all over it. They're slowly coming off. But first time I tried to use 2 winches at once, I learned what that problem was. And since I'm getting ready to get another one of these winches for the front of my Suburban, it's good to know. So there you are. You can change out your aftermarket winch controller pretty easily. And then you've got a controller to put on something else, whatever you want to run. So, it's Uncle Willie, and I go. What do you got? Oh, Heath wanted to show you the 2 washers that got heat welded together. There you go.